I had so much to do, and I knew that a Time magazine reporter was coming. She wanted to photograph my wife and I in our home. So when she got there, it only took a few minutes to do the photos, and she was talking about the contamination in the creeks, and we had spoke before, and I told her that I was no longer going in the creeks. I was stopping because every time I would go, I would get a health condition. But being Time magazine, I thought it was important for the world to see. So I said, well, let's stop really quickly at Sulphur Run and I will show you the chemicals. And so that is how this video begins. However, earlier that morning, as I was running around, I saw that they were knocking the bridge down, and I did not have time in my day to go check it out. So I texted my friend, Randy DeHaven, and said that they were tearing the bridge down, and could he check it out because he's in the creeks a lot as well. And so he did. This, where the video starts, is about 4:20, I believe, in the afternoon. And then I got a text from Randy that said, we've got dead fish. So as soon as I heard that, I asked him if he could meet us at the bridge, and we took off from Sulphur Run immediately down to Leslie Run. And that's where the bulk of this video takes place, at the site of the fish kill, which happened just an hour or two earlier. The reason I was so concerned when I saw that they were tearing the bridge down at the entrance to the park was the fact that I was just there either a day before or a couple days before under the bridge poking the bank, and chemicals were just oozing out. I knew that when they dropped that bridge on that bank and in that creek bed, chemicals would be released. Apparently, I was correct. You will notice that the water looks quite shallow in Leslie Run. That is because when they dropped the bridge, it essentially created a dam and stopped the water from flowing below it. A few days earlier, I was there and the water was quite deep.
Just checking in again at Sulphur Run, and same as always, 6 months out, people. All right, just a little shout out to the chemicals. If you look here, you can see the whole bank is all purple. Now it's dark, it's about the thunderstorm, so they're not bouncing off the sun as usual, but the whole bank has oh my God. One poke in the bank and look at all these chemicals come out. Look at that. That's one poke in the bank. You can just see these chemicals. Wow. So when I capture it in the sun, look at that. Look at these chemicals just oozing out. You can see the tint, the chemical tint in the sediment. So it's like Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over again.
Enough of Sulphur Run. Let's head to Leslie Run.
Okay, so this is where they took the bridge down today. All right, they created this big disturbance here. Yeah, it looks like it, right? This is where I was in that unreleased video. You can see it trickling down, but I was under this bridge in the mud, spewing out chemicals from the bank. So this entire mud pit right here that is now covered in rock was all saturated with chemicals. And that's why you see the chemicals down so heavily now in that part of the creek. All right, so now we're starting to see some dead fish. Little minnows. Wow, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're all along the bank.
Look, you can see
Yep.
all this sheen, all of the creek. And then we got all these dead fish. They just dug up the, look at this, all dead fish. Oh yeah, look at all the chemicals. So to be fair, was it some kind of physical event that killed all these, or was it the releasing all these chemicals? You can see the video from, I don't know, was that earlier this week where I'm digging up there? Wow, look at this crap. Wow, chemicals are real bad down here. So I'm thinking are the pylons gone from up there where they were holding up the steel? Like, did they take everything out?
No, I think they just collapsed the center section.
Okay.
It's like
So look at this.
it's like they just imploded.
Look at all this, man. So when they dug, look at all these chemicals. Can you see these? Look at this. Wow. Goes from here. Can you see that, or you have to? Because I don't know. Sometimes they disappear in the. This is all chemicals. We gotta thank. Is it America 2.0?
America 2.0.
Randy DeHape. Oh, thank you, Norfolk, for reporting. As they dug up the bridge, I really wanted to be here so badly, but I couldn't. And so Randy came down and he filmed. You can see that on America
2.0 media.
2.0 media. Wow, look at these chemicals. And then along with all that, we have all these dead fish. So it's just nothing it's nothing but chemicals here. Look at this. So they're replacing the bridge in the park, and as they did that, all these chemicals released. I can tell you that when I came down here last night, I had to lift rocks to cause this to happen. This was not like this. So when they dug, all these chemicals just came up out of the ground. So I don't have my gloves because I want to lift some rocks. But dang it, I thought I put my gloves in my pocket. Hey, there we go. It's like my kingdom for a horse. Look at all these chemicals.
The dam's holding all back.
So
They're trying to back it, obviously, the back is
with the sun missing, I hope you can see these. The whole surface of the creek is filled with chemicals, and it's nothing but dead fish here. Wow. Look at these chemicals. Look at this. Let me lift up this rock, see what we can see. These chemicals are just flowing down the creek. Oh my, look at this. Hurry up, get these rainbows.
Yeah.
Wow, look, so when I pick up a rock, that's your money shot right there. Look at that.
I know, without
Please get these.
disturbing, making it foggy. Hold on, let me put this in.
Look at those chemicals. One rock turned over. This is Leslie Run, the supposed pristine, clean East Palestine Leslie Run. Look at that. Look at that mess. They're following me.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, so the good news is we don't have to meet up 2 weeks from now, right? I mean, those are pretty good. We still can, but I mean, I'll turn over some more rocks for some more rainbows. More dead fish, or is that?
they're all down here. You see where the dam stops.
Well, I'll let her go first because I don't want to stir up the mud.
But the dam's already been breached once, so.
Oh, from the rain, possibly?
Yeah, there's a couple of dead fish on the other side, but when you get farther down, there's schools.
Oh, really? Schools of dead fish?
Yeah.
Or you
A
mean
little bit
school?
farther down there is, yeah. But when you get down like towards that bend, they're still alive. So.
People, look at the trail of chemicals following Rebecca and Randy. They're just swirling around their feet.
Oh my God. I can feel it.
And guess what? None of us have our masks on. So this.
I was down here earlier that night.
Hey, Randy, I don't want to get sick again. Can you unzip my backpack, please?
Yeah, like that.
And you
Back on.
the biggest closer to me. Is my gas mask in there? Well, sorry, do you have one?
Yeah, I have one.
All right, now that I've seen all this, look at this chemical soup. It's a chemical soup. So I got so excited I forgot to put my mask on, and now I have it on. Unfortunately, Randy does not have his on. Rebecca put hers on.
Randy said he had a mask, but he left it at home.
Yep, there we go. That's what I need. Hold on. Oh shit.
Can you see them?
I'll show you what it looks like.
It's a shame when you can't take pictures of dead fish because the chemicals are in there. So all these chemicals just came out of the ground as they're tearing this bridge down. These chemicals were not here last night. If you see my video posted from last night, there is a tremendous amount of chemicals that were released from that bridge being torn down. That's only one little spot on this creek. How many spots, how many 20, 30 foot spots are all along the miles of creek here?
I would estimate about 100 dead fish in this stretch of creek.
Look at these chemicals. Oh, go ahead, sorry. This is a big one. Yeah. No, I don't know. I wasn't watching. Look at these under my feet. Okay.
Look at the chemicals in the left corner of the screen and under my foot. They are just swirling around this bank and rock.
Okay, let me pull this rock up. I wish I had 2 gloves. I thought I put my gloves. It's not prepared.
Due to the smell, Randy decided to go up on the bank and he could not see what I was doing from here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Woo. 6 months, people. 6 months. 6 months. Randy, you would not believe this one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Look down there. Look at this. I won't move my feet, but. Six months, people. 6 months. Look, it just keeps coming out of the bank. How many feet of bank are there? Look at this. It doesn't stop. Rebecca, look at that. It just keeps coming out. Oh my Lord. And we wonder why these fish are dead. Oh, you want me to point it or something?
Notice how the rainbow sheen transforms from rainbows to that milky white.
It's just spewing out of the bank. It doesn't stop. Look at that. Get those weeds out of there.
By the EPA denying this exists, they are putting children's lives at risk. They will feel safe to play in this creek.
It is covering the entire half of the surface of the creek. So how many rocks are there? How many feet of bank? This was like this last night. It's like it tonight. It'll be like this from a year from now, or nothing is changing.
For the EPA to say this is non-Norfolk Southern derailment related, they are either sadly mistaken or they are lying. Their rationale for not testing here was because this was non-derailment related and this was a city project, not an EPA project. And they only used their sense of smell as a testing device to determine whether chemicals were here or not. Since when is a person's sense of smell an EPA-approved test? For the EPA to say they found no evidence of chemicals at the fish kill, they are either the most inept imbeciles that ever lived, or they are lying to us. I could give a 7-year-old a stick, and he could find these chemicals in a minute.
Like vibrant?
In the fish kill video part 2, you will notice that this rock is well out of the water, since they drained the creek to make it harder to find the chemicals.
Look at this.
The EPA did 0 testing here at the fish kill. They took no samples. This whole area of the creek bed is dry in part 2. It doesn't remove the chemicals. They are still in the creek bed and bank. It just makes it so that we cannot highlight them.
Okay, well,
Right next to us is what fishermen call hole, a depression in the land which makes the water 3 to 4 feet deep. It was very deep this day.
I'd have to look again.
It was very shallow the day after when they drained the water.
Look at all this. There were 2 of them. So as we walk up here, these are all dead fish. This is now, oh, look at these iridescent chemicals just following us. If I lift any of these rocks, I bet if I lift this sucker, that'd be a huge one. Oh, look at all the dead fish. All the fish are dead. They're just all over the bank.
These fish were all schooled in that 4-foot deep area that is about 20 feet long. Presumably, as they died, they floated to the surface and ended up in this more shallow end of the creek.
Try not to get wet. I believe that's a chub. I'm really going to go off the rails now, but I also wonder how such a huge population of fish got here so quickly. Randy, did you ever wonder? Oh, here he is. He's a big one. He's the biggest one. Have you ever wondered how such a huge population of fish got in here so quickly?
That is kind of odd.
I, you know, hate to go off to be a flat earther, but sometimes I wonder if they stocked them in here hoping to get them to live. Wow, there's a lot. They're all dead. I don't think there's one. Oh, we got a perch here. That's cool. Or that is either a sauger or a sucker. Look at that. Well, that's one way to tell what kind of fish you have in the creek. Kill them all and do an inspection. How's that? There's not one live fish in here. They're all dead. There's a massive release of chemicals. Now, is it the chemicals that killed them? Did somehow the shovel hit them all or something happen like that? I have no idea. But I will tell you, there's not one live fish here. They're all dead. And there is a massive amount of chemicals that were released into the creek today when they took that bridge down. This was not here last night. I was here between 4 and 6 o'clock turning over rocks. Now the chemicals were still spewing out, but you did not have the chemicals like the soup. And these are all these fish here are dead. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure you get through here safely and we can get out of here.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the 4-foot deep area that the fish were all schooled in.
All right, well, you don't go too deep and get deeper.
There were a lot of dead crayfish and fish. Were they all killed by the pH change as the EPA states, or were they poisoned? You choose.